It was a lot in the beginning because it was like overwhelming. I didn't really know the woman that was in me. But as I learned and went through the courses, the teachings, the challenges, and all those things, I know that it was something more within me.
Within you.
But I had to take the time out for me in order for me to learn what I needed to learn to bring the woman out.
Hey there, I'm Ari, your petite but powerful Kingdom Teaching professor and entrepreneur. I bring the sass, the laughs, and the serious, let's get real and heal moments without any filters. Now meet my mom, Pastor Dee, the #1 dunamis woman leading our Healing for My Soul movement. As a Kingdom Teaching pastor and life coach, she is unapologetically real, raw, and radical, but she's our rock and the voice of wisdom that we all need. And then there's Allison, fierce yet tender, and the voice for many single mothers. She's the silent heartbeat of our family and will be the first to tell you, yeah, life with these two can be crazy, but I got their back and we're in this together. As a dynamic trio, we spearhead the Healing for My Soul movement, sharing the miraculous healing power of God through our journey, truths, and a little humor as we guide women to pursue healing as a lifestyle so they may experience freedom within their life and legacy.
Well, here we are once again, you all, and I want to welcome you because you have tuned in to the Healing for My Soul podcast. And I am Pastor Dee, and I'm so honored to be hosting this particular episode because we're going to be talking about healing. Not only just healing to be healing, but healing from financial burdens. Well, I guess y'all about to blow up this place because y'all say, that would be me, that would be me, that would be me. And I know you know someone else who financial burdens are trying to take them down, take them out. And it can wear on us. It can wear on our emotions. It can wear on our mind. It can wear in the very depths of our soul. So y'all go ahead and call someone, text someone, tell someone right now, get on this Healing for My Soul podcast because I have a woman who is experienced and is still experiencing healing in her soul that is ridding her from financial burdens. It's real. It's real. The one and only, you all get ready. She is crazy. She is hilarious, but she is real. And the power of God that is causing healing in the depths of her soul is real. Veronica Thacker, how are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
You looking mighty pretty.
Well, I'm gleaming from you.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
I mean, it's an exciting time
To be here.
To be here with you.
Well, you know, I always say if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember nothing.
That's true.
And the truth is, to be on this Healing for My Soul podcast, you drove 2.5 hours.
Yes, and then 2.5 hours, and then I worked the night shift.
You worked the night shift.
I came right after I got off night shift.
Come on.
Went home, changed clothes.
Did you wash your tail?
Did everything I need to do. I can't come nowhere. Spread no stuff.
Not spread no germs. You know what I'm saying? But you are here, and so I really want to know because you already know we was going to be talking about healing from financial burdens, and we're going to get into your story a little bit. But I just really want to know why. Why do you have that type of mindset to do what you have done by getting here on this particular podcast?
Well, in the beginning, I wasn't like this financially because when I first heard about dunamis woman, I was going into a cycle over and over, the same cycle over and over, and it was financial, and I didn't know how to get out of it. So one day, like most ladies, seen a clipping of you, and I joined the Healing for My Soul challenge, and it was healing your vagina.
Hey, ain't got nothing to do with money.
No, but
okay. All right, go ahead. What? Hey, it can work together.
But it got me in. So once I got in and experienced it, and one of the conferences that we went, that we attended at the
Dunamis Woman
conference, I was so excited about that and what we was talking about finances, and we was doing that during the whole time. So I had to make some choices, and I wanted to invest in myself.
Come on through.
I didn't know where the money was coming from. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I believed in what I was experiencing thus far. So I just said, I'm just going to do it.
You're just going to do it.
I'm just going to do it. I signed up for it, didn't have a pot to piss in.
No window to throw it out of. That's
So
right. That's
I
right.
joined just out of the blindness and the faith to believe that God would make a way for me to pay it each and every month. And I have paid it each and every month.
And
have not struggled. Have not struggled one day. It comes out every month.
And you soaring.
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk
honey,
about
we
it.
only gonna talk about that soaring, honey. that soaring got me up in the air.
Put you on a flight to Egypt.
Yes.
Put you on a flight to Egypt. Now, let me recap a little bit, because healing, it's not a magical thing.
It's
you know what I'm
not.
saying? But it does produce miracles. But the key thing that you said is that you invested in yourself, particularly when you didn't have it. And I believe in kingdom principles. I think that they don't really teach us about kingdom principles, how it relates to money, how it relates to sex, how it relates to a whole lot of things, you know, that we just do, but we don't talk about. We spend, but we don't talk about. But you made a decision out of what you thought was your lack to invest in yourself.
It's true. And doing in that lack, the job that I had before, I was making $17 an hour. And I was, you know, you have your days off and all that stuff. And I was looking at that, and I was talking to the Lord as we was progressing from the conference. And I said, I know, Lord, you got more for me. You have a whole lot more for me. And I know that I can't do it with the $17. So we gonna have to go out and do something else. But God had this lady that I used to work with, that she moved on. She left the job that me and her was with, and she got a job somewhere else. And she thought about me. She remembered me.
Who wouldn't remember Veronica?
I know. Ain't that something to remember?
Something to remember. Go ahead.
Excitement. So she called me up and let me know that it was an opening. And she talked to the people prior, and I was in there just like
You
this.
was just like that.
Yes.
It was a setup.
God did.
It was a setup. So you got more.
Yes.
You got more.
A whole
You got
lot
more.
more. More than I can ever think or imagine.
That sounds like Ephesians 3:20. Now unto him who will do exceedingly abundantly.
And he's doing so much more.
He's doing so much
Sis,
more.
Pastor D, I just can't express how much the Dunamis University has done in my life. Words can't even comprehend or go beyond what I'm thinking, how God has really changed my life, and how you have presented the word to me, and how you break it down, and how we will misconstrue the word.
Yeah.
And how you bring it around to get you to thinking.
To get you thinking. Hey, you all, have you gotten a copy of the book, Sexual Healing for the Woman in You, written by the one and only? Well, you don't want to miss this opportunity to read it, to get some more insight about who you are as the woman and what you need for sexual healing, sexual awakening, your sensuality. Go to www.healingformysoulpodcast.com and you can obtain it right there. All right? Now, let's get back to this episode because we got some real talk for you. Let's talk about that a little bit, because I was going to ask you another question, but I wanted, since you said that, Dunamis Woman University, because we're talking about healing, particularly healing in the Black church. And if I probably would have called it Dunamis Woman Church, more women would probably come in because they're familiar.
Yes.
They're familiar with the term, but that ain't what God said. Because we need to be educated. In a university, you get education. In a university, you go with courses that are specific to where you're trying to go. And in the university, we really talk about what it really means and learn about the woman. The woman. Yes. Talk about that and express it from your own heart's desire and how it has transformed the woman. What is this about for you? How do you take in that information?
It was a lot in the beginning because it was like overwhelming. I didn't really know the woman that was in me. But as I learned and went through the courses, the teachings, the challenges, and all those things, I know that it was something more within me.
Within you.
But I had to take the time out for me in order for me to learn what I needed to learn to bring the woman out.
You had to take time for you.
Yeah.
Take time for you.
Yeah.
You see? I see it.
I had some miraculous changes, like I
mind.
said, in my mind. In my mind.
In your mind.
And the mind, as you would say, you have to renew it. You have to rethink.
Yeah.
And stop going back to what used to be. It's no used to be.
So relate that to the financial burdens, being healed as a Black woman from financial burdens.
I didn't understand about finances because my mother and my father never taught us about finances. So I was just willy-nilly just spend whatever comes in my pocket, never put it back, anything. But now as I was learning from Dunamis Woman University that you have to, money, like you had explained one time before, it's just a means of income. You have to know, you have to release yourself of money.
Correct.
I say that phrase. In order to release yourself, money will come back unto you.
Correct. Because we're trying to hold on to it. We always letting it consume us, the burdens of
and
it,
you just
the bills.
And you just go out here and work every day, because that's what I was doing every single day, just to try to make a check to go pay this, rob Peter to pay Paul.
And divide Patricia.
Come on.
And hope for Patty to come.
Come on now.
And want a prophet to talk to us about money. You know what I'm saying?
And lay hands on
and
it.
it's going to come to you now.
And I fed into that, sow a seed.
Yeah.
I done fed into all that.
Didn't work, did it?
No.
The principle of the matter.
It was a lie. And it took all my money. It took all my money. As my daughter would say, Mama, get off them TV programs and stop doing that financial sewing. It ain't getting you nowhere.
It's feeding them, but
it ain't fed me. It ain't doing nothing for me.
Because we're so in dire need of a miracle.
Yes.
That we would, particularly as a Black people, follow and give to anything because we're hoping, but we don't give to ourselves. We don't give to the woman to learn, as you said, about the woman and who really God made me to be, particularly as a Black woman.
And that's true. And once I began to learn my value within me,
come on now,
I started working on me. I invested in myself. And the miraculous outcomes that I have been getting, I have never gotten this far without the changing of my mindset.
And I didn't convince you of that.
No.
I just taught the word.
You said the word. I heard the call. And I've been jumping in ever since. I'm going. Where you going? I'm going too.
But the thing is, I remember coaching you, Veronica, at one period of time, maybe a couple of years.
Yes.
And just to see the mindset shift, how you wasn't just coaching to be coached, but you was applying the information. You was applying when you permitted me to see within your soul. And you became naked and not ashamed and began to talk about the financial burdens, which was a man that was holding you down. Let's go there.
Oh, come
Let's
on.
talk about it. Because a lot of us
Let's
got
lay it down. Let's get with it. Come on with it.
Bring it on. Tell the truth. You ain't got to remember nothing. Seriously, because we're giving so much. And we don't want to talk about that because it's humiliating.
It's very humiliating. I was struggling with that too, as well, with a man and men prior to this man, that man. I'm
Just
always giving, and never get anything in return. So once I've applied the strategies that was presented to me, I applies them.
You applies them.
Applies. I'm making up my own words. My own Ebony. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you applies them.
I applies them. And it's just one day at a time. So, like you say, I invested in myself. So I took time out for myself. I separated from doing everything for man
Come on now.
and started doing for
They
me.
ain't like that, did they?
Ooh, they still don't.
Is that right? Ask me if I give a
That word.
frankly, my dear. Go ahead.
That word. So I just take time out for me. Wherever I want to go, I go. Whatever I want to do, I do. Whatever I want to purchase, I purchase. Whatever I decide to do,
I think
I'm
you're
doing
working
for
for
me.
it. I think you're working for it.
Oh, working hard.
You're
too.
working hard for your money. You know what I'm
Working
saying?
hard for the money.
right. But but the financial burdens is not just a burden no more because you're free.
I'm free.
You're free.
I'm
I don't think it's financial burdens. I think we're not free.
And I'm freeing myself each and every day. I have no worries about anything. I give no thought.
Take no thought. I remember that. Take no thought.
Yes.
Take
I
no
apply
thought.
that every day.
How
I
do you
get
do
up.
so with all these things bombarding you? With
Because
everything
it ain't that you said, the word says you don't have to give no thought. He said
Take no thought.
take no
Take no
thought,
thought.
because he's always providing. But if you step in and get in the way, he can't provide for you if you in the way. So you have to change the way you think about things.
Oh, come on now.
Not saying that you prostituting the Lord or doing those things, but if you apply what he said to your life.
And it's not easy.
No,
It's not easy.
it is
You
not.
almost said a cuss word, didn't you?
I did. I had to control it. I ain't want nobody to look at me funny.
Because it's not easy. And I'm not trying to sit up here and present no fluff. This takes some work that your flesh got to be crucified, and you got to see yourself
as what God see you as. And it's a process. Each and every day is a process. Because things come up. People come up.
Oh, people come up.
Circumstances come up.
Yes, they do.
But you just take one day at a time and just do what you feel in your heart to do.
Hey, we know that you are doing some amazing processes of healing, but we want to invite you to draw closer into our Dunamis Woman University. That is the place to be, to really dig deeper and to discover who you are as the woman and go through a journey of your healing. Ma, would you have something to speak about, DW?
You know what? The healing power of God is all at work in Dunamis Woman University. That's where you do the work. That's why we call it a university, because we can talk all day long. We can tell about this, tell about that. But now it's time for you to do the work. Dunamis Woman University is there to take you to another level, but most of all, for God to go deeper within your heart, your mind, and your soul.
Yes, so the doors are open. Just go to www.dunamiswomanuniversity.com and enroll today and start the transformation that you need.
So you keep the priority. The priority is loving, first of all, Christ, who represents his kingdom, seeking first the kingdom, and everything else will be added to you.
And then, like, you had broke that down one.
Did I break it down?
You broke it down. You talk about that. You know, you have to think about God first. You have to think about God first. And like you said, usually would say, the way we were taught is not the way that God sees us as. So you have to think kingdom-minded, which is Christ first.
Christ first. And then he says, love Christ with all your heart, then love yourself, and then everybody else.
Exactly.
And we as a black people love everybody else, and then they end up getting our money because now we're thinking it's God when it's only pertaining to God, but man reaping the benefits.
Oh, ain't he reaping it? But I done stopped that flow.
That's okay. But my quest is that all of us prosper.
Yes.
I don't want to be riding around and yet you still trying to get in a bus. You know what I'm saying? Or you're struggling. When I was on that plane to Egypt.
Oh,
come on now.
Let's talk about
that. Let's talk about Egypt. Because you done went from burdens to Egypt.
Let me tell you about that too.
Come on, tell the people.
Let's talk about the finances about Egypt.
Come on now.
You gave a call and on a Zoom call, and we were talking about Egypt. And you said, well, who wants to go to Egypt? And you explained the scenario about Egypt. You know, when I hung up from the Zoom call, I didn't give no thought. I didn't know how it was going to get paid, when it's going to get paid, or none of that. Guess what? I signed up for it.
You signed up for it.
In the blind.
And And you went to Egypt.
I went to Egypt for the very first time. I never been on a plane. I never left Spartanburg, South Carolina to get on a plane to go to a different
state.
Country.
Country.
All out in the country.
You took a 14-hour flight.
Never been.
And never been on an airplane.
But you know, God already knew it. I'm going to tell you how. Because I was talking to a lady some months prior to that about getting a passport. And then I looked at the price of a passport.
Them prices will make you mad.
What? I said, I don't know if I procrastinated for months about getting it because I got myself in the way instead of letting God guide me because he was telling me I need one.
And that's what, and keep with your story. But see, I want us to understand the process because, see, we look at these prices and then we change our mind.
Sure.
We look at these prices, then we go to what we can't do. And that's the burden is what you say you can't do. The burden is not what you can do. It's what you can't do, that you're limiting yourself, holding you hostage because somebody put a price tag on something to keep you burdened down.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be truthful.
Go ahead.
When I saw what the price tag was for the trip, I said, oh my God, where the hell? I'm going to get that money from. But you know what? God showed me another way. He was saying, I can provide this for you, or you're going to take the chance to do it. So I went all the way. I went and got a room by myself.
Come on now. So you got
all by myself.
So, because the single room is much higher than the sharing of a room. So you not only got on the plane and went to Egypt, but you said, if I'm going to do this, God.
If I'm going to do this, I'm going all the way, and it's just going to be me, and we going to the higher up, because I want to see what luxury is.
You want to experience it, but all of that is healing.
Oh, my. And I never did that before. Never thought, and I never had the mindset of that.
Come on now, yeah.
I never had the mindset that I could do that or experience that. I think I told you when we first had the conference, I never experienced VIP.
Just to buy a VIP ticket.
Just to buy the ticket.
And you went all the way. Do you understand where God is taking you?
Oh, I know he got something more. He got a whole new plan for me. I saw it last year when I was in the hotel and I was looking out the window and I seen the vastness of the openness, the air, the buildings, the haze over top of the building. I know God got more for me, and I want to be in his presence to get the more.
The more. And not just die and be in his presence, but live and be in his presence.
To live.
You almost hit me right there.
I did. In my mind. I done slapped you all across. Because if it hadn't been for you producing and sending out the message, I don't know where I would be as of today, because the experience of rethinking about my finances, and we ain't going to talk about, I'm going to talk about it.
Go ahead.
But I have bank accounts now.
You with the S, plural. You ain't got a bank account, you got
bank accounts. With the S on it.
With the S on it.
A strong S.
Woo! You about to make me run around this doggone room. Come on through
I
here.
have never, ever had a bank account.
Veronica, how old are you?
I'm 63. A beautiful 63.
A beautiful 63.
63.
A mess 63. Woo, Jesus.
Hey sis, so I know you're listening to this powerful episode, but let me tell you, there are so many other women that you need to connect with, and this is why I want to invite you to join our Healing for My Soul community. Yes, other women who are on this healing journey that you can be able to learn from, grow from, share your wounds with, share your wins with as you're on your healing journey. So connect to our community just by texting podcast, that's PODCAST, text podcast to 404-737-0580, and get connected with us in and you'll get all the information on how to join our community. Again, that's podcast at 404-737-0580. Now let's get back to the episode.
I've never had.
Come on now.
I never had that.
Come on now.
I was living from paycheck to paycheck, but I'm still learning.
We all are.
I'm still
forever learning.
And I know that, like I said, it's more for me, and I know God got, and He's showing me within the finances. I don't spend like I used to spend.
That's the key right there.
Honey.
A lot of these financial burdens is because we spending on stuff that we don't need to be spending on. Come on, let's go there.
Pastor D.
You done said my name. Go ahead on.
Pastor D. I used to shop so much. I had closets, and they had tags on it. That's just because I was addicted.
That's because you was emotionally in pain. I did it.
Yes.
I did it too.
Yes,
I did it too. Seriously, I had more shoes than I could ever wear.
Ooh, and
because I just bought them because that's when you really are in pain. And addiction ain't because of substance abuse. Addiction ain't because of sex addiction.
Right.
You could have a shopping addiction.
a shopping addiction. And I went in the closet. Well, one of my friends helped me one day, and I was telling her I need to clean out my closet. She told me to pull all that stuff out the closet and go through it. I looked at her and I said, "What the? Do you know how much stuff that is?" But what I was attached to the things.
You was attached to things, yeah. Covering up pain.
Oh.
Do you know what pain that was you was covering up?
I think it was more of me and dealing with me being unhappy and trying to make myself happy.
And why were you unhappy? Because you're covering up something.
Because of what happened, abuse.
There you go.
Abuse, sexual abuse.
Come on now.
Molestation.
Come on now.
Pain of relationships.
Go there.
Rape. A whole lot of pain.
A whole lot that's happening in the Carolinas.
In the Carolinas.
Still in the plantation.
Yes. But
the perversion.
as I'm learning about all those things, of perversion, your ancestral stuff, why men do the things that they do, now I'm beginning to understand the concept of why we be in pain.
Yeah.
And why we do the things that we do to try to cover up instead of addressing what our issue is.
Yeah.
And now I'm free. I don't mind talking about it.
You don't mind talking about it. You've been here, what, 3 years?
3 years.
3 years. So when you came, you were 60. How does it look and feel for a black woman to face all her shit at 60? All those secrets hidden in torment at 60. That's a hell of a woman. Come on here.
That's a lot. I was dealing with a lot of hurt, I was just really like in the background. I wouldn't hardly speak up. Like in the conference, the very first one, I was just sit back in the back, wouldn't talk much, wouldn't say nothing. Just I was in the room.
Were you in church before that?
Yeah.
All your life? Why you look like this?
Because church hurt me.
Church hurt you.
Church hurt me.
How?
Well, that's a long story.
Just briefly. 60 seconds.
It's just feeling worthless. They overlooked me when I was doing the best that I thought at that time.
You weren't giving enough money.
Overall, at the end,
that's
what
I
felt like, because things happen. And when I looked at who they replaced, because I was working in the church doing this voluntarily, and they put someone else over and didn't even have the decency to tell me. I just come in one day and say, "This is who running this now." So that's what we do.
Not being considerate of you and who you are.
And that made me feel even lower.
And your mind was really going to how much you gave.
Exactly.
How much you invested.
That's what came up.
That's what came up in your soul.
And guess what? I ain't gave a dime since.
Well, did it come up in your soul, or did they bring it up to you?
No, it came up in my soul
Yeah.
They didn't
yourself.
say anything.
I know.
They didn't say anything.
Because I experienced that. I mean, you love me because of how much I give. You love me because I do give. Does that make sense?
And I stopped giving.
Yeah.
Because
seriously.
the outcome I wasn't being taught on the outcome. And it just seemed like I was giving, but you weren't showing me how to
receive, how to get. how to go higher, who you are, just like what you got now. And it all starts with healing.
Exactly.
It just starts with healing. Because even if they had taught you, if you wasn't healed, you were still holding the rape and molestation and the abuse and all this other stuff, it wouldn't have worked anyway. Mm-hmm. Healing as is the children's bread. It starts with healing.
And then, like you said, healing is the best part.
It's the best part.
It's the best part.
It's
I'm healing every day.
You healing every day.
One day at a time.
Well, you're a beautiful soul. I love you. We're going to another country next year. I know you're going to be there too.
I'm ready.
I know you're ready.
And then on top of that, I'm wanting my granddaughter to come.
Oh, she coming. Because
she already done got her passport.
There you go.
When I came back from Egypt.
You impacting your legacy. You impacting your legacy. Look at that camera right there. Mm-hmm. And I want you to just speak to every black woman, every woman that you ever could think of is watching and gonna watch about healing from financial burdens. Just let it flow. 30 seconds.
Okay. Healing from financial burden, you have to work on yourself. You have to heal from yourself. You have to believe in yourself as well as believe in God, that God can heal you from that. And you have to work on it. It's not no easy task. Every day you have to work on it. And you have to think, what is more important? Is it to go buy this dress or save for the future of going somewhere? Mm-hmm. And you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. And one stage of it is to join the Dunamis University, because they taught me so much and still teaching, and I'm still learning and I'm still progressing. So come on and join us at the Dunamis University.
Well, there you have it, you all. I really want to thank you all for watching this episode, Healing from Financial Burdens, the one and only Veronica Thacker. And I am so glad God ordered your steps here. You are a beautiful soul. You're a beautiful woman. And I know you're going to be back with me again. But God wants all of us healed from financial burdens. And I'm not saying that just to be saying it. I'm talking about knowing not only how to spend, but most of all, how to invest. Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and everything else will be added to you. And with that being said, take no thought. I'm Pastor D. See you soon.
Keyword.